Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And she's got her allergies.
Yeah, if I start coughing or anything,
today,
that's why.
If she starts coughing,
I'm angry.
She's an angry cough. So we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars. We've done a couple of Star Wars videos this week, and it's sort of like the daily Star Wars drama, right? I mean,
yeah, because you can't have anything good without drama.
So, Star Wars Resistance, the trailer dropped over the weekend. We did an earlier video on that where at that point it was at 22,000 downvotes. 22,000 downvotes.
Well, it was funny though because I was actually watching it and it would go up to 24 and then drop down to 22 again and then go up to like 27 and drop down to like 25. It kept dropping. It would go up and then drop like out of nowhere, 2,000.
There is some, I mean, I'm going to be honest, there's some high strangeness around this trailer. Some of the more toxic comments that I remember seeing when I did the video are not there anymore.
Look at some comments
so
today.
I think they're pulling some of the comments down.
I don't know.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
But, and then everybody, I guess apparently the big thing everybody's flipping out about right now is that Leia's going to be in it. But this is not new news, guys. I don't understand why everybody's acting like, oh my God, it's new news. When they first announced the show, they had people, they said, oh, Poe's going to be in it and Phasma's going to be in it and General Organa's going to be in it. So it wasn't new.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about that because I have a theory.
I know your theory, but okay. I'm just saying, even a few days ago, I wrote a blog on this for something else, and I mentioned she was in it. So this is not like, oh my God, it just announced yesterday. They knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, they did. They want to remind people. The reason they want to remind people is because this trailer for Star Wars Resistance is sitting at 50,000 downvotes. 50,000 downvotes compared to 9.4 thousand upvotes. People really freaking hate this.
My thing is, it just looks cheesy. I mean, it just looks like I thought they're promoting it when I actually did the blog articles on this when they first announced it, and they kept saying, "Oh, it was going to be the new anime style. It was going to be an anime style." This is the cheapest anime style I've ever seen.
It's cell shading. It's cell shading. That's not.
It's not anime style.
Now I do understand that. Yeah, here we go. That's a good example. I do understand that a lot of newer anime are using cell shading, but they still look good. It still looks good.
Sorry.
It looks very cheap. I mean, especially compared to Clone Wars and Rebels, this show looks like it was done on the cheap.
To me, it looks like we hurry, guys, throw some crap together and inexpensively so we can put it up there and target. We'll say it's for little kids. That's why we can do it do it so cheap. It's for kids because kids want to appreciate the differences.
Yeah, this looks like okay. Yeah, we're gonna.
I try to be a Jedi Master, but
we're gonna talk about
more like a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Sith Lord.
I was gonna say about Phasma real quick. Our son was like so excited about her when The Force Awakens came out. He was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna be awesome!" Like, our son was all excited about a female character. I know that goes against the narrative, but that's what happened. And then when they basically threw a trash compactor, which again was the New Hope all over again, he was like, "What the heck? That's it? That's it?" And then at the end, I heard the other movie, same thing. It was like, "That's it." So sorry. I had to bring it up because
that's okay because Phasma was really
our son was most excited about her.
He was so excited. He's like, "Oh my God, she's gonna kick all kinds of butt." Because they built her up, like they had all these toys of her. They showed her in the commercials.
He was all about it.
And she turned out to be the biggest waste of a character. I mean, she was so pointless. They had
the New Hoper with the trash compactor. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, she's gonna be in the show, so maybe they'll actually give her a personality.
Maybe.
So you're calling Geeky Sparkles Jedi Master. I think your official title should be like Bitch Queen of the Apocalypse.
Oh, I don't
dark,
know. I'm not that bad. You make me sound so terrible.
No, you're like the Sith mistress. You're like.
You actually drew me once as a Jedi.
I did.
That was when we first were dating. I don't know where that is now.
I don't know.
You drew me as a Jedi. I remember that. Anyway.
So
I'm not that bad.
Everybody likes your rage. You're like Galadriel in Lord of the Rings.
I'm more than my rage.
You are more than your rage.
I'm more than my rage. Anyway.
Okay, so this is a thing, right? So this is a thing. 50,000 downvotes. And it's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad that Yahoo. Oh man, that is not a good look for Poe.
Tom.
I'm sorry. That's the wrong frame.
He doesn't draw me as a Jedi anymore either. But he did back in the day when he used to like me and draw me. That's what he would do. When we were dating and he was trying to impress me.
Then I liked you.
You don't draw me now, except for the drawing you did on this. My little pop up.
I'll draw you more often.
The this sounds like. Draw me like the French girls.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Anyway, go ahead.
So Yahoo Movies is even picked up on the Backlash. And when they wrote this article yesterday, it had 34,000 dislikes. And they were actually fairly even-handed on this. They said a number of people have taken issue with what they see as a too childish quality of the trailer.
That's what I think people are upset about. I mean, we don't know yet if it's going to be good or not. I mean, they're trying to use the whole flyboy idea, like from like the World War II and the ace pilots and stuff. So that's why they're showing the ships. And I mean, it might end up being good, but the art is just so... Like, why? Why do you keep ruining it? Why do you keep dropping the ball on the art, people? I don't understand it. You know, you have a good idea. It might not be too bad, and then you just drop it. Like, what the flip?
Yeah.
It's like,
yes,
stick the landing, dang it.
Well, so they said the timeline is supposed to take place. It's supposed to take place 6 months before The Force Awakens. Now, they had that timeline up, and then they pulled the timeline down.
No, I had heard 6 or 7 months when I wrote the story. Then someone else said it was 3 months. So I'm not sure which one it is. But when I had read when I got the story and it was from Variety or something like that when it was announced, they said like 6 or 7 months, and now it's someone saying 3. I have no idea what the heck happened after Jedi. That's what I'd like to see too. But no, we can't do that because that's the original trilogy, and apparently that's Well,
that's what I was kind of hoping that this would do. I was kind of hoping that it would be for the sequel trilogy what Clone Wars was for the prequel trilogy, where it actually made...
It actually explained things?
Explain things,
yeah. Can't have that.
Right, and it actually made the prequels better because it filled in a lot of those blanks, and that's not going to happen with this. And I think it's because, the last episode 9's not out yet, so there are some things, they don't even know yet what's going on with episode 9.
You know what? They probably figured... No,
oh, thank you, Leon.
This is probably not true, but...
Thank you, Leo.
I would like to believe that they figured that the original trilogy was so good it doesn't need more explanation.
Yeah.
But the new movies do. So that's why they're doing it this way.
Leo,
they have a hell of a lot to explain.
They didn't explain anything. I thought the books would explain. They didn't explain anything. Leo Moon, thank you so much for your super chat. You did not have to do that. I'm sorry, Leon. I was trying to talk. Leo Moon.
Oh, that's because I kept interrupting him. It's my fault.
Cheap animations with flat colors. Clone Wars wasn't the best, but they had quality animation and coloring for the show.
Yeah.
Let's just compare, okay? Let's just compare.
And to be fair, maybe the story for this will be good. Maybe the story for She-Ra will be good. And I'll hold my breath. But there is a possibility. Stop ruining the art, and maybe people would like it. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's look at this. Okay, just for comparison's sake.
I used to love that Lucasfilms. Now I cringe when I see it. Like, oh no, please don't suck. Please don't suck.
272,000 upvotes.
Right. Oh, it's like the opposite.
Yeah, it's no, it's even. I mean, it's. Like
I know.
6 times that. People freaking love Clone Wars, and look at the. I mean, you look at the quality in animation compared to.
There's not much there to see, but that is
better. But we know it's good. No, there's a little more. We know it's going to be better.
It's
better. Look at this. Look at this.
They're going to use the argument. Well, this is for older people, and the Resistance is for kids. Because if you're a kid, clearly you cannot appreciate good art, and we can crap out cheap stuff for kids because they don't care because they're kids.
Yeah.
My kids would notice. I know for a fact they would notice. They'd be like, "What the heck's this?"
Yeah, I mean, Clone Wars. We talked before about. I think I talked in the other video about how that was like our son's introduction to Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Was
actually,
Clone Wars.
I got it early. Remember?
Yeah.
I actually, what they had those things, what were they called? House parties. And I bet, I'm like one of those moms who does like all the coupons and all that. And the house parties were one of the things I did. And I got in on that one. And we actually got the Clone Wars DVD. We had it somewhere before it actually came out. Like the first episode was on, I guess, sent us a disc and they sent us a bunch of party stuff.
Oh yeah, we had like
we had like Grievous's mask and all that stuff.
We had Grievous. Yeah, we had a Count Dooku mask. They sent us a lightsaber. They sent us.
They sent us several things, and then and they gave us the episode early, and they had all his kids from his class come over to watch it, and they loved it.
It was like
that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. He was in kindergarten, I think.
So I'm
first grade, maybe he was in first grade.
He was in kindergarten.
But so we had the Clone Wars party, and we
had a party for it. Dang it!
I know we did the launch, and it was awesome. I mean, Clone Wars was so good, and people expected that, and then they get
That made me mad about the anime. The thing too, they were claiming it was anime, and that's what I was all excited about because when they first announced it, I was one of the ones that were one of the first people to do blogs on it, and I was like, "Oh, they're saying anime, and they're saying it's gonna be Flyboy like World War II, and it's gonna be like all these awesome things." Yeah. I grew up, my parents are both pilots and everything else, so I was like, "Yes!" And then I saw it, and I was like, "Dang it! Why do they keep ruining on the art? Why?
Yes.
What is it? Is there a club? Is there like do they have a secret meeting that they all get together and be like, hey guys, how are we gonna ruin this one? Let's
I don't
go
know.
ask people who are doing She-Ra. Go ask people who are doing Thundercats. Let's see if we can ruin this one too.
Well, I think there's a lot of deflection going on here. I think what they did was they knew this was not going to go over well, so they went ahead and released the Clone Wars trailer at Comic-Con
Well,
to try to be
probably.
like, okay, we're looking
We're
at
gonna
this,
soften the
and
blow.
this is not going to be,
I mean, like I said, it might come out and the show is really good. I mean, it might turn out that it is. It's just same for She-Ra. It's just really off-putting when the art they're touting it as being anime, and you get this.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, I was expecting like the Animatrix. I was expecting like a Voltron style, and I was down with that. I was like, okay, if they can actually explain where the First Order came from, where the Resistance
They
came
still
from.
might explain some things because God knows they need to.
Oh God, yeah, I can't believe that they like. I can explain. I can explain why we have the First Order and the Resistance in 2 words: toy sales.
I was gonna say money, but that's one word.
Yeah, because
Cha-ching.
well, there is no money in the toys now. But no,
No.
they wanted to sell TIE Fighters and X-wings, so they wanted something familiar. So we had to keep TIE Fighters and X-wings around, so we could sell the toys. I mean, that's my personal
If
thing.
you
I
want
think
to go
that's why
even
they did it.
further, let's talk about this for a second. If you want to go even further, I don't think it's all about the parks because we've mentioned this before, but I'm going to tie into something else real quick too. They're announcing now that when they do the new Pandora movies, that they're going to have direct tie-ins to the attractions at the Disney park.
Yeah, this is all.
So their end goal is to tie everything into the stupid park rides. So that's what they're trying to do.
Well, yeah, and that's like they said before. They're probably going to have Batu in Episode 9, which is the planet that the Star Wars land in Disney
Well, that's
World.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
the Millennium Falcon, because people were worried it was going to be blown up. They're not going to blow up the Falcon in Episode 9. They're going to land it on Batu, and that's where it's going to stay at the end. So you can go see it when you go to see the Millennium Falcon ride at Walt Disney World at Disneyland coming next year, 2019.
Pretty much.
just
I mean,
telling
they make.
ya.
Well, here's the thing. We talked about the parks before, and I don't know if a lot of people are covering the parks, but they make more. They make more money off of the parks than they do off the movies because, you pay $10 to see the movie, you pay $120 to get
The
into the theme park.
movies now are just one. I mean, I'm talking Pandora.
Yeah.
I'm talking Avatar movies, and this are just one giant advertisement for the park. That's what they're
Yeah.
going to do now. Because
Yeah.
they actually said flat out with the new Avatar movies, they're taking aspects of Pandora and putting it at Disney World and putting it into the movie to tie it into the park. And that's what they're going to do with this stuff. But anyway, back to this. Let's look at some of the comments on this. I'm kind of curious.
Oh God. Okay. Here we go.
I'm kind of
Here we go.
interested to see this.
So, with Clone Wars coming back, what's the point?
Good question.
That is a very good question. It's called, we know this one's not going to do well, so we're going to go hurry up and promote Clone Wars. They're going to say it's geared toward the kids, but premiere at 10 on a school
That's
night.
a very valid point also.
Yeah. The bare minimum animation style, yikes. This show must be The Last Jedi's cousin. 36,000 people have good sense. This was a day ago. It's 50 now. The other 8,000, well, fair enough if you think it looks good. Is it too late to buy Star Wars back? George Lucas.
I'm sure that's not George Lucas. I'm sure that's not him.
What if it was, though?
If I was him, that's what I would do. No one would believe it
He
was
already
me.
called Disney white slavers. I mean, I don't think he's real happy with the situation, but he can't.
You don't have to say that. You can say white slavers, but not to them because they don't like that. You're assuming too much about
Well,
them.
he's just.
It'll be cute, they said. It'll be cool, they said.
Yeah.
And it might be. I mean, it might turn out to be good, but I'm not feeling it.
I want Clone Wars. Help me, Dave Filoni. Yeah, Dave Filoni is only somewhat involved with this. I guess the basic concept was his, but he's obviously busy.
This makes every Star Wars prequel seem amazing.
Pretty much.
So anyway, after all this started, then it went to, of course Twitter can't stay quiet. It has to go to Twitter.
Yeah.
So the other day I was on Twitter and I saw this and I sent it to Neon here. And it was this person actually put their name as Star Wars Resistance looks great.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is. Can we point out here that this is a podcast.
We were like, it's a shill, and it is.
This is a podcast. You got this happy family here, and that's good for them. They're my sons and I host family-friendly, positive Star Wars podcast endorsed by Ryan Johnson.
How do we know it's endorsed by Ryan Johnson?
Because he probably tweeted it because it was the only positivity he's getting these days.
Wait, so okay, that's a stupid. I mean, so if I can get anybody from any Disney or Marvel or anything to retweet me on something, does that mean we're endorsed by them?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Okay, so this is where it got interesting. So this is what he posted. I grew up on the original trilogy. I like the prequels. Good for you. I like the sequels. Or I love the sequels.
Oh, he loves in all caps.
Yes, because
really
we had to suck
loves.
up to Rian Johnson. I was blown away by Rogue One. I respect George Lucas. I think Kathleen Kennedy is doing a fantastic job running Lucasfilm. I'm sorry, I can't read that.
Oh, they misspelled. There's supposed to be an I.
I'm sorry,
after the U.
I can't read that laughing. So it was a blast, and I can't wait for Star Wars Resistance. I'm a Star Wars fan, and I'm guaranteed he's getting paid for this. Anyway, so then the comments go down, and
Oh God.
and then so anyway, it goes down. So people start, if you keep going down the comments, wait a second. Here you got it. You keep going down. Eventually, people start going on here saying about here, let's start with this. Everybody starts doing this. I grew up in the people. I became a serious fan after Disney stepped in and all this. But then other people were like, they're mixed bags. Kathleen Kennedy is doing an okay job. But basically, the whole point was, I'm also a Star Wars fan and I hate it. I think she's doing a terrible job, but I'm still a Star Wars fan. So then it was, people were like, well, are you really a fan then? For some of these people, they're like, well, you're not really a fan if you don't love it. And it comes up to the whole idea of, you have to love everything or you're not a fan.
Yeah, it's and this is what really kind of gets to the meat of what I wanted to talk about, which is Lucasfilm and their inability to acknowledge their own mistakes and missteps. I've never seen a company blame fans as much as they have Lucasfilm, and this is not even a Disney thing. This is not the way Disney runs. Like, Lucasfilm is out doing its own thing. And they're just like, they just cannot accept any blame. And it's an either or thing. It's either you love everything they do or you're a terrible person.
Right. And I've never seen it like this. I've never seen anything like this where you have to love everything. I'm sorry. I was just laughing at this about, where did I see it up here? I lost it. Where did it go? Do you ever get that not so positive feeling?
That not so fresh.
Yeah, that's when I douche my Twitter list. It's all good.
Marvel Comics is the same way. Marvel Comics and Lucasfilm, I think I've said before, like, neither one of those companies, in my opinion, operate like a Disney-owned company. Like, they're both sort of out there doing their own thing. And I don't even know what their own thing is.
Know.
I mean, I can't even
Marvel,
tell you.
Same thing. It's like we don't know what's
comics,
going on.
Not studios. Marvel Studios
comics,
has it together.
The studio, I don't know. And you think they're going to do something to fix it, and they don't. I don't even have words for it. I have no idea. But we're talking about Twitter real quick. It was funny. Apparently, I must have got added to one of the lists. Because suddenly I went down like 35 or 40 users for no reason. Oh,
I went down 100. Yeah, I had 100 followers.
So I must have got... they probably must have figured out who I was. Because for whatever reason, they couldn't figure it out. It was hilarious. I'm like, how more obvious can it be? And they still couldn't figure out who I was. And someone must have figured out and put me on a list. Because suddenly I dropped a bunch of Twitter followers.
Yeah, here we go. That look I get when someone says...
Yeah, because who decides who's a true fan and who's not a true fan?
Oh my God. That's just it. Lucasfilm is basically... I'll tell you what's going on. Lucasfilm and their band of interns are deciding who the true fans are and are not. And I really do think their PR is being run by interns, because it always works. It's like clockwork. Like, anytime there's negativity to any Star Wars related thing, here comes the mainstream geek blogs, all with the same stories.
Like I said, the quote unquote friendly media.
Press. It's just like clockwork. So
they call their friends over here and we'll give you a scoop. We'll give you special things if you spin it in a good way.
I thought you were gonna say we'll give you a scoop of ice cream.
Well, they probably do that too.
If you
give me ice cream, I'll spin it in a better way.
Influence. If you're a brand influencer,
and we'll talk.
But it's like clockwork. I mean, it's like clockwork. So now the thing is, like Geeky said before, Leia being in Resistance it's old news.
Yeah,
it's old news.
I know everybody's acting like this is a brand new thing, because I know it wasn't.
Because now
I wrote about it months ago.
Now within the last day or two, because everybody hates Resistance so much, now we have to remind, all these blogs have to remind people now that Leia is in fact in the series. Don't worry. So now you can't hate Resistance because Princess Leia.
Because if you hate it, then you're against strong female leads. No, I think it's hilarious though too, because I just think, because you came to me and you're like, oh my gosh, about Leia being in it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Well, I knew about this for a long time now.
I wasn't excited about it. I'm like, oh my God, can you believe this? They're throwing Leia at the fans now.
And then because we're trying to do that. We're trying to get her in there because we're trying to get the old fans back. And I think it's also because, well, you can't hate it, because if you hate it, then you hate Leia and you hate strong female leads. And it's just like, something else? We were talking on Twitter the other day, and oh, my mind blank. Nerd Wonder was talking about, that's her name, right? Nerd Wonder, yeah. Was talking. I make sure I said it right. Was talking about much like Stiller, or about, they were talking about the whole thing with what's her nuts in Black Panther, Shuri.
Yeah.
And about how she's supposed to be the smartest and the bestest all of a sudden out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, but typical. But we were talking about that and just about Sailor Moon, and I said, yeah, I like Sailor Moon. I'll tell you why I like Sailor Moon. Because Sailor Moon had these girls, and they were not, no one was perfect. Like, Usagi was a complete crybaby, whiner who tripped over her own feet half the time, but she, could kick butt when she needed to, and she was the leader. And each of the Sailor Scouts had their own strengths and their own weaknesses, but they worked best when they worked together. So when, they were strong together, and the whole idea, I don't understand when it became a strong female lead had to mean you were the bestest at everything. That's what I don't understand. You could be a strong female lead and still have problems. I think the best, the most memorable characters are ones that have flaws, that aren't perfect, that, you can relate to. I think relatability is key to good characters. And if you have these characters, well, she's the smartest, she's the bestest, she's gifted, she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know, but whatever. I'm just saying you have all these women that are perfect, that are like, and it's like, you can't relate to that because I'm not perfect as much as I like to say I am. I know I'm not.
You are the Dark Lord of Perfection.
That's right.
No, they are. I don't know why they do. I mean, I'm not gonna say, I think it's just that kind of Mary Sue-ism. I think it's like they're almost like, we need strong female characters, but we're afraid to make them. And this is like with any, with women or minorities or any minority in me. It seems like they're almost afraid to make them flawed people, to make them human, because yeah, but if you make them flawed, then they're afraid. I think the outrage brigade is going to come and tell them, well, why did you make the token character?
But I don't understand where characters went from a good female lead character to the strong female. Okay, like for example, we had what's her name, Holdo or whatever, show up and
she's gonna show up in Resistance. She's gonna
she shows up in The Last Jedi out of nowhere, and suddenly she's there to make sure that the men know their place, and that she's the smartest, she's the bestest, she's got a plan. Trust in her. You've never seen her before. She's perfect. She's so perfect that instead of Leia being the one that sacrifices herself, she out of nowhere sacrifices herself to save everyone.
And nobody cares,
and
because we didn't get to know her.
When people don't like it because they're like, wait, who is this person? What the flip? I don't know anything about her. Why she's so perfect? You don't like strong female leads. No, I do like strong female leads. I like good characters. I don't like this crap you're shoveling me that said, look, you have to love this character because it's strong female.
Yeah.
Who determines what strong female is?
Well, and that's what irritates me the most, I think, about the situation with Lucasfilm is the oversimplification of legitimate fan grievances with the franchise, like legitimate grievances with the films, legitimate grievances with how the characters are portrayed, but you can't. They're using women or minorities or whoever as a shield, a meat shield,
right?
To defend new Star Wars. You can't.
Well, you're not allowed to be a woman and not like it because you're just dismissed automatically. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I want to say real quick about the Outer Senshi. I like the Outer Senshi too. Sailor Saturn's still my favorite. And Pluto.
Saturn's
I love
awesome.
Saturn and Pluto. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was saying, okay, so this brings us to, Kelly Marie Tran, why we have Kanye West on here is beyond me. So just to point this out, like I am not going to say that Kelly Marie Tran was not harassed. I'm sure she probably was.
I'm sure she was.
But there's also a lot of support for Kelly Marie Tran personally. Even in the community of people who do not like The Last Jedi.
I don't like Last Jedi, but I like her.
Yeah, they like her.
I don't like the character, but I like her.
But now of course, again, this is what I'm talking about. Timing, deflection. This comes out right after they had a horrible weekend. Lucasfilm had a terrible weekend with Resistance being met with all kinds of criticism, and now poor Kelly Marie Tran is being brought out to tell everybody how awful it was to be harassed on social media. Right. Okay, you see what
they're trying to make everybody who doesn't like it haters. They're trying to paint everybody as a big broad brush of hating on her, and that's not true.
And that's what they're doing, and I think that's what irritates me about this whole thing is there is no intelligent discussion. There is no, let's sit down and talk about this. There is no like, hey guys, maybe we did screw up. It's immediately, if you don't like new Star Wars, you hate Kelly Marie Tran. If you don't
hate
like
women. You are small. Right. It's a small fringe group who doesn't like it. I'm sorry, I'm going to questions real quick. Yeah, that's true, Matt. I wanted that too. What did she do that was so bad that everybody left her? And that, I wanted that too. Like, what was so bad about Leia that they all kind of left? And as far as Katniss Everdeen, I never watched Hunger Games either. So I couldn't watch it because I know kids kill each other and I couldn't watch it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the first one's pretty
I'm a mom.
tragic.
I can't watch that. Anyway, go ahead.
You're not missing much. The movies weren't that good. But yeah, I just I don't. Yeah, okay, so here, CNN now. She had a story today in the New York Times. I think it was New York Times. Yeah. And this is coming from CNN, so this is like the abbreviated version. But actress Kelly Marie Tran, who appeared in Star Wars The Last Jedi, made headlines in June when she deleted her Instagram post after receiving racist and misogynistic comments.
Of course, we have to get misogyny in there.
But she's not letting her trolls have the last word.
Oh, they'll have the last word. Go ahead.
Tran wrote a powerful op-ed for the New York Times about the harassment she faced and how she's moving forward from it. She admits, however, that initially the deluge of hateful rhetoric wasn't easy to deal with.
I bet.
It wasn't their words, it's that I started to believe them. Their words seemed to confirm what growing up as a woman and a person of color already taught me, that I belonged in margins and spaces, valid only as a minor character in their lives and stories.
That's not what we're mad about.
This is not what anybody's angry about.
Okay, you know what?
I'm not going to tell her she can't.
There you go.
Feel that way.
What has the internet taught me? The internet has taught me that I don't like Star Wars and I don't like She-Ra. So I belong in the margins of spaces where I don't get counted because I'm not a man and I'm not misogynist. So I can't be the ones blamed for not liking it.
But, I mean, could it be that she's a good actress, but she got cast in a shitty movie, in a shitty role? And
I like her. I think she's awesome.
If people are making fun of all the Rose Tico toys that have gone unsold, maybe that was a huge marketing failure because most little boys don't want to play with little girls dressed in jumpsuits if they have a choice between her and like a stormtrooper. I mean, just call me crazy, but that's...
Well, here's the thing, too, when you said about, they're like, well, girls can like Star Wars, too. Yes, girls can like Star Wars, too, but the toys weren't marketed to girls. What they had for girls were dolls. They had dolls of Jin and Leia and what else? Rey and all that. They had dolls for girls. Rose wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I know. Well, Rose, yeah, and again, it's like... look, Rose Tico action figures did not sell because the character she wasn't that interesting. And it's not something that, kids are going to be clamoring to buy, to play with. They want aliens and robots. That's what they want.
Our son, a couple things I got to say about this. Our son's comment about Rose was, I don't like her because she basically caused Luke to die. Because he said if she hadn't thrown herself in front of Finn. I need caffeine. She hadn't thrown herself in front of Finn and did all that, then Luke wouldn't have had to come in and save everybody's butts and die. So he's like, I don't like her because ultimately everybody hates her because she caused Luke's death. That was the first thing I was going to say. Then what was the other thing you were saying right before I said I have something else to say about this?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't know.
You're talking about toys? What were you saying?
Oh, no, I just said about the toys. Part of the reason that the Star Wars toys didn't sell is, one, people hated the movie.
That's what it was. Okay, I know somebody I talked to, and he said he doesn't get into the new Star Wars films because he said he can't, because when he was younger, and even the prequels.
Why am I getting commercials for movies like this?
I don't know. You tell me. Even the prequels, he said that you always had something new and exciting. You knew you were going to get something brand new, you're going to see AT-ATs, and you're going to see these brand new creatures, and it was always exciting because always something new's coming. And he goes, now it's just you're going to get more of the same, and there's nothing exciting about it at all.
Pretty much.
That's what he said. This is an adult. He said, I don't care about Star Wars anymore.
Well, yeah, because Clone Wars even, say what you will about the prequels, at least the prequels were interesting. The toys were interesting, especially Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. You had all these cool new stormtroopers. You had cool ships. You had cool aliens. And you look at The Last Jedi, and what new aliens did they introduce? Porgs and fish nuns. And that was it. And
porgs are crazy popular because they're new. No one cares about the fish nuns.
Nobody cares about them. But I'm just saying, when I was a kid, I
don't like porgs either, but
I always bought the alien characters, and I always bought the stormtroopers and the droids because they were cool to play with. And I'm sorry, Rose Tico's not a cool action figure. It's a woman in a jumpsuit.
I got this character. I got Kylo Ren, awesome. I got Phasma, awesome. I got Rey, awesome. I got Rose. Oh.
I got Rose. Oh God.
I got a rock.
So I got a rock. Oh no.
They better not touch Sailor Moon. I mean, Sailor Moon Crystal's good. They better not make her She-Ra.
Has anyone seen the American Sailor Moon? Oh my God, I'll have to pull that. Oh my God, let's just keep talking about Star Wars.
You mean the old version in English?
No, the Dick Sailor Moon they never did.
No?
Oh my God,
it's Deke, Tom. Don't you remember at the end they go Deke?
I'm looking for it. I say Dick.
Well, there's one that our friend Eric sent us,
Sailor Moon.
and it shows the ending, and then this deep voice goes, "Dick," at the end, and it makes me, every time I watch it, I laugh so hard.
Oh my god!
But I'm like really mature. What is this?
This you didn't know
No,
about this?
I did not know about
this. This was
this.
actually what they were going to do. They were before they brought the anime over. They were going to do an American Sailor Moon. This is somebody
So far, it's
smuggled
still
this out of
She-Ra.
an. No, they smuggled this out of an anime con or something. Okay, look at this. This was what they were going to do, and like they were going to mix live action.
Wait.
They were, I swear to God, this was a real thing. Like, look at this.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Xanadu.
They got the transformation right. Oh, she's okay. Then they were going to They were going to splice in these. Wow,
Oh,
it's
look,
Luna
goodness.
and Artemis.
Oh wow.
They were going to. Oh, she's got Sailor Sail. And I think Sailor Jupiter was in a wheelchair or something. It was like
Really?
Yeah.
I think I did see this before, actually.
Oh my god, now they're dancing in their bedroom and she's Yep,
Sailor Jupiter's
Sailor Jupiter's in a wheelchair. Oh my
Yeah.
god. They were gonna do the American Sailor Moon. They were gonna Americanize it, and thank God this didn't happen and have like live action sequences. They were all partying. Yeah, they're listening to their cassette tapes.
So when they had to fight evil, they
Walkmans.
turned into animation? I mean...
I don't know. I have no
she returns
freaking
as a
idea.
boy and they're going to turn into animation.
This is like Kid Video, the Sailor Moon edition. Anyway, this is what we could have gotten.
This reminds me of like any 80s commercial ever.
God, this looks
Seabreeze
terrible. Terrible.
and Aquanet.
This is like early 90s.
This
Horrible.
looks like 80s to me, like late 80s.
Oh my god, Sailor... Wait. No. Is that right? She's attacking with a wheelchair.
Well, she can.
I
Can
know,
somebody give
but-
people wheelchairs?
But that's... Oh, God, that's so weird.
See, we couldn't do this today because
This
there's no
did not
there's no
happen.
POC people in this. And they won't allow it.
This is what he does when you're around and watch Sailor Moon.
Apparently, because
Oh
now
my
I'm
God.
seeing it. I do remember hearing about this. But I don't really think about it much. But I don't know what he does when I'm not around. Makes me kind of wonder.
I watched Sailor Moon. I
Because you
danced
knew all
like
about
that.
her being in a wheelchair and
No,
everything.
I knew about this from like 10 years ago. This is old. Like,
It's
everybody
really
knew
funny,
about
though.
this.
It's
Everybody knew about
hilarious.
this.
He can't remember his wallet is half the time. He's losing it every day. But if you ask him any question about 80s toys, like, he remembers it. Like, he's like a walking encyclopedia on 80s knowledge, but he can't remember, like, what he did yesterday where his wallet was put 5 minutes ago. It's funny.
Because I'm getting old. I just want to...
Okay, anyway, let's get back
to Star Wars.
We gotta do one on Sailor Moon later. I love Sailor Moon. I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan.
God. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, Kelly Marie Tran.
So back to this.
She's being used as a meat shield, basically. Like, I really think that this is coming out now. This is just my personal opinion. Having worked in PR before, I think this story is coming out now, so everybody feels really bad about downvoting Resistance.
Okay, wait. Yeah, here we go.
I really do.
Wait. She was the first woman of a color to have a major role in a Star Wars film. It wasn't because of that. It was because... Why do they keep blaming on this? It's not because of that. It's because this character was kind of balls. Anyway.
Social shield. Thank you. Meat shield sounds so...
Their
yuck.
words reinforce a narrative I have heard my whole life, that I was other, that I didn't belong, that I wasn't good enough. Well, you know what? Here, honey, back in the day when I liked Star Wars, back when I was younger, it wasn't cool for girls to like that stuff. I got treated like that all the time. That's life. Say because I wasn't like them. You mean like, you always want to blame the narrative on misogyny, even though I'm a woman and I don't like it. But, and that feeling I realize now was and is shame. A shame for things that made me different. A shame for the culture for which I came from. So now she's ashamed of herself because people didn't like Rose Tico in Star Wars. I understand she felt it all. I think anybody would have a hard time distancing themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard because you're all excited. You're like, hey, I'm going to be in
People
Star Wars.
say mean things about me, and I'm automatically like, oh, what?
A social shield. Okay, thank you. Well, meat shield sounds. I just picture.
He likes to say meat
No,
shield.
I just picture like, okay, like this is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they're like flinging their actors out, like the cows out of the castle, and Geeky's looking at me like I have a third eye. But they're like flinging their poor actors into the angry mob down below, and they're hitting like with a splat. And this is...
I'm sorry, I'm still reading her. So they're basically the whole point of this is how much shame she felt because people were making fun of her character. And that's what the whole article
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, she feels bad about. I mean,
I'm sure she does feel
I'm
bad.
sure she does feel
But
bad.
I don't know if it's shame.
But it's like the
whatever.
same. Yeah, she wasn't. I mean, I don't know what comments she got. I don't know what. And I'm not going to
and
say people
anybody
didn't make shitty comments. I'm sure people did make
People were
shitty
making comments
but
based on the fact that, you know, it wasn't about her character based on her personally. That's bullcrap because it's not her fault. But she was doing her job. It wasn't her fault that people gave her stupid crap to work with. But I mean, it's just, you know. I mean, it's funny because their defense for why, you know, to defend her, make you feel bad about her. I could just turn this all around and use it for why, like, people are mean to me about not liking She-Ra and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You could just, anything, you could change it around to being.
Well, like I said, this is Lucasfilm using. I mean, I'd be more angry about this. They're using their actors to deflect any legitimate criticism about the way they're handling the franchise, which is sad because, you know, a lot of these actors, you know, John Boyega got into it a couple of months ago, you know, and I know he actually got into it with some people who were not fans of Disney Star Wars. They take it so personal. Like, I loved Finn in The Force Awakens. I thought he was my favorite of the new characters, but they completely pussified him.
They did.
In The Last Jedi. They completely destroyed.
Undid everything they did.
Yeah, he became a hero by the end of the first movie. And then they undid that immediately. He wakes up and he's a coward again. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, well,
why?
that's what they did
I'd
in
be
the
angry
original
about
cast
that.
too. It's kind of this, like, you know, they gave him a happy end, they gave him a send off, they won, and then, oh, you all lost again. Now you're all miserable and broken, and you're gonna die that way. I mean, they wonder why people don't like it. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but this is what kind of just leaves me scratching my head with Lucasfilm. Again, this is not the way Disney usually handles things.
Whether they do or not, this is how they're gonna handle. Their Lucasfilm's gonna handle it.
This is how. Yeah, this is how Lucasfilm is choosing to
no, I can't blame
things.
him to go to the defense of his friend. You know, I mean, I would do the same thing. If someone messes with my friend, I'd be going out there and going after him too. But, you know, the point is, they're just blaming everyone who doesn't like Star Wars for her being harassed, and that's not the case. Not everybody who doesn't like Star Wars harassed her, and you're allowed to be a fan and not like the new Star Wars movies. You're allowed to be a fan not like the prequels. You're allowed to be a fan not like the originals. I want to know who determines what makes you a fan and what doesn't, and why you have to like everything about everything to be a fan. I mean, it's like so and so had a record out, and this is their third record. You don't like their third record. You love so and so, and you love the first two records. But you don't really care for like several of the songs in the last record. Does that make you not their fan anymore because you didn't like their latest record? No. You might like the next one, but, you know...
Right, but that's... Lucasfilm is basically, as a company, Lucasfilm is taking everything so personally. Like, they're not behaving like a business. They're like somebody else mentioned in the comments. They said they act like a butthurt deviant artist, not the company that's in charge of the largest science fiction franchise in the freaking universe. Or formerly the largest franchise, because I think at this point, Star Wars, I think the brand has been so damaged that I don't know if there is any coming back from I really don't, because it just seems like anything they put out at this point is going to be divisive, and just because of the way, I mean, honestly, just
I personally would
Lucasfilm
hope they'd come back for it. I would hope that it would. I mean, I think we all would like it to, you know, be good again. I mean, no one wants it to fail miserably. I mean, they want change, but they want change to make it better. They don't want change to like destroy everything. It's just that right now the powers that be and certain people are ones who want to destroy everything. But someone said criticism is not harassment. No, criticism is not harassment. And honesty is not negativity. But we get, oh my gosh, every time I try to tell somebody honestly, like, you know, okay, here's how it is for comics, here's how it is for this. I know because I've been there. I'm telling you from experience. These are the things you need to know. Well, you're just being negative. You're just trying to crush my dreams. No, I'm trying to tell you the flipping truth so you end up in a cardboard box. But hey, I have one. I'll just give it to you. Here's a box. You know, save you some trouble.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'm just like, God.
But this is I mean, this is the same tactic that Marvel Comics is taking, where they throw their creators and they play the you know, whatever social advantage or disadvantage or whatever that they have.
Well, if you don't like it, it's not because you don't like the movie. It's because obviously you're a misogynist. You don't like it. It's not because you don't like this comic. Obviously you have deep-seated problems and you're transphobic. You know, they always make up these reasons why. Maybe I just didn't like it because I thought the story was balls. You know, I mean, it's just not that I'm trying to hate on balls today, guys, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, That must be my inner misogynist coming out because I keep focusing on balls. But that's the next thing. That's the next thing. They're gonna tell me that I'm a woman. I'm a misogynist in a woman's body.
Oh my God, they kind of did. What was that? Somebody mentioned on Twitter the other day.
Oh, that one guy you started talking about agents and stuff.
Oh yeah, there was this was there. This is the truth. They were talking about how one of the
I'm sorry for your balls. Anyway.
One of the anti-comic skater types was yeah, I hope not.
I don't. I think it's wrong that people keep picking on guys.
She's got bigger balls than I do. One of the anti-comic skater dudes was out there basically schooling women on how they should think.
Basically, yeah, they're telling
feminist
them how to
males telling women how to
tell
think.
women how to think, and if you don't think the way they think, then you are clearly a misogynist, not a feminist. Because if you're a guy with balls, you clearly know what it's like to be a woman more than I do. Yeah. So, and I've been told that, which is a whole other story. But yeah.
Yeah, this is a comment you get these like male feminist types that think that they are women. I guess I don't know that they have a right to tell women what to think, which is sort of the opposite of.
It's kind of what it is. But anyway, that kind of fits into this. But anyway, yes, I know I'm blatant for that. Maybe blamed for having internalized misogyny because I don't like Star Wars, the way Star Wars has been going lately. I'm hoping for something to change my mind, but so far, I did like Solo. I know people hit mad at me for that. But
yeah, I think with Solo, I have to watch it again. I think it was just like we totally expected.
I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One was pretty good. Solo, I think we expected the worst, and so we're sitting in a theater, and I swear to God, the theater we were in was completely full for Infinity War and Solo. There were like 3 other people besides us in that theater. It was really
it was so funny
good.
when we were in Infinity War. People were like, "These are like college kids. These are their target demographic," and they're all like, "I'm not buying that." That they're talking, or they were playing the commercial for the Solo. They weren't going to go to it, but they were talking about the Last Jedi, and they were like. They said about Last Jedi, I'm not buying that on DVD.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, the guys behind us.
Yeah, and they were talking about, and they were like college age.
Yeah, they were. So this isn't like old.
It's not
fans.
determined by age and because you didn't grow up with it because all the old people like the originals.
No, it's a fake story. This is basically, it's like, I swear to, I think like Lucasfilm interns are sitting around concocting all this bullshit to feed to the friendly press to stir up this narrative that's simply not true. It's just not true. Or they may point to a very small percentage of people. In the case of like Kelly Marie Tran, and be like, okay,
haters. Yeah, it was a small group. But then they keep trying to marginalize the large group of people who don't like it. It's just a small group of naysayers who hated on Kelly Marie Tran. No, that was my fringies of the people who attacked her. They shouldn't have done that. But the people who don't like the new Star Wars movies are a lot of people.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Honestly,
of people.
it's at least half the fandom, and they keep saying it's a small group.
People were
like, heck, it isn't.
They had the trailer for.
Or like, heck, it is. Never mind, I can't speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're not a small group.
No, it's not a small group, and I don't think they're. I think they're starting to get this. Just looking at these numbers again, but I don't know. And I think it's scaring them. I think they're really Star Wars is failing. It's failing. There's no way to get around this. Solo.
Was it 50 before? Or was it higher than 50 before?
It was 50. It was 50 before.
Okay, because
it was 22 like 2 days
literally the other
ago.
day I watched it drop every hour, so I check it, and it would go up and down and up and down. I'm like, how would it have gone down with 1,000 thumbs down suddenly disappear out of nowhere?
Yeah, it was going up and down. I think some of the comments that I had in the previous video, I don't think are there anymore. I think Disney is actually going and deleting comments. Some of the ones that are harsher.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. The whole thing is just messed up. And I think the problem people have with it is the characters aren't good. They don't explain anything. They set things up and then they completely didn't deliver on any of it. It went more for second grade humor, like with your mama jokes and stuff than it did, and explaining things. And they shoehorn these characters in for no other reason than look, it's a person of color. Look, it's a strong female lead who's going to show Poe what's what. I liked Poe, actually. I liked
in the first movie.
Finn. I did. Then they made him an a-hole for no reason.
Yeah,
suddenly he's
because he had to be scolded.
Yeah, because he's a dude, so we had to show him. And I just don't. There was no rhyme or reason to these choices, and that's what made me mad. It was like, I didn't even like The Force Awakens. I'm just saying, it's just
you didn't like Force Awakens. I was actually on the fence about Force Awakens.
I was like, it's all over again. But I'm like, follow through, people. Wait.
I'm going down this Star Wars Resistance looks great Twitter account, and he's got, are you more or less excited about Star Wars Resistance following the first look trailer? I am less excited, and I'm going to vote. More excited.
Oh, because these are the same. They have their friends all voting.
Same.
Like I said, we don't know what's going to be. It might turn out to be good. Just the art stinks.
I don't think people. Do people not understand what "don't at me" means? Yeah, this is just. Oh God, I don't know. And then, well, yeah, okay, Ahmed Best, perfect example. They drug poor Ahmed Best, who we haven't heard anything from Ahmed Best in like 20 years, right? And then the backlash starts with The Last Jedi, and they drag poor Ahmed Best out and have him tell everybody that he almost killed himself. You know, just to make you feel really bad about not liking Star Wars.
It has nothing to do with this.
It had nothing to do with it, you know?
I mean, I'm sure George Lucas wanted to kill himself several times too. People hated things so badly.
But George Lucas, like, they made movies, The People versus George Lucas. They made, you know, and I actually never really hated the prequels. I was underwhelmed, but I never hated them. I think there was a good story in there. I just think Lucas needed a co-pilot. But, you know, they look like a freaking masterpiece compared to The Last Jedi. So, but yeah, they drug poor Ahmed Best out, you know, which was sad. It was sad. It was heartbreaking to hear that he actually thought about killing himself. But why? Again, they're using these people. Why bring that up now? Why bring it up now? Oh, because people hate The Last Jedi, and look what you did to Jar Jar. You should feel bad.
What gets me, and it kind of like what they were saying about whether, you know, positive a message. Why? I mean,
did. Yeah, he did voice one Clone Wars.
I'm not. You know, okay. My thing about that is, why does everything have to be positive? Like, I mean, I get why they want to keep a positive message out there, but people don't like something, but you're not allowed to say that because you have to keep the positivity up. Why? Why can't people be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can you have no negativity at all? Like, why can't you say, I like all this, but I didn't like this scene? You can't say that. You have to like it all. It's like, we're trying to keep the positivity. And like, what's so great about positivity all the time? Because when you see these people who are positive all the time, they're flipping fake. They're smiling all the time, and, you know, in their head, they're like, you know, and those people usually end up killing themselves or something because they're like, they're like, I'm so positive, and then people are like, how'd that happen? And they killed themselves. It's like, because they were all a sham. You know, positivity all the time is not realistic. You can't be positive and like everything about everything all the time. It does not happen.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I know. It's not even human. Like, it's just I don't know. They can't process complicated human emotions or something. I don't know what's going on here, but I did screw up. Yeah, he was. I forgot he voiced Jar Jar in Clone Wars. But again, it's like you don't really hear a lot about Ahmed Best until it's convenient. You know, so.
It's just, it's like you're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to like not like something. You're not allowed to be, you know, sad about something. You're not allowed to be like, okay, I came out of this, I didn't like it. You're not allowed to. It has to be positive, positive, positive. You have to like whatever crap they shovel at you. You're supposed to just take it and then say thank you, and you're not allowed to have an opinion on it. And it's on everything, not just this, everything anymore.
Yeah, and I think
if you don't like it, you're over Twitter being slammed.
I think it's because they can use that to manipulate. People want to be the good guys, and I think they use it to manipulate people. But basically, I think these companies, I honest to God think they think the fans are like ATM machines. I think they just think that they're supposed to dispense money for whatever product.
Whatever they give you, you're going to love it.
You're going to love it.
We're going to slap that name on it, and you're going to love it. And it's like, but people don't. And then when people say they don't like it, they're immediately like dismissed, and, you know, then they start calling names, misogyny.
And when that doesn't work, then you drag out the actors and say, look what you did to poor so-and-so. You horrible, horrible people.
They're talking about all their shame that you caused them. You made her ashamed to be who she was. You made her ashamed to be Asian. You made her ashamed. No, that's ridiculous. But anyway, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I think I'm not going to minimize harassment.
Oh no,
like
I mean,
actual
I'm sure
harassment.
she felt bad.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, but if you look at the timing and you look at the timing of all these people come forward, it's clear that they're being played. I mean, they're being played to basically to attack the audience.
Right. No, they're trying. It's not. I don't know if they're trying to attack in a way that's like, we're trying to make you feel bad. We're trying to guilt you into, it's like mom guilt. It's like they're trying to guilt you to
someday I'll be dead and you'll be sorry.
Yeah, it's mom guilt.
Someday Jar Jar will be dead and you'll be sorry. Kelly Marie Tran will be dead and you'll be sorry.
It's all your fault.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, you haters. I mean,
shut up. The people that were being really mean for no reason. That is not okay.
Yeah, actual harassment is disgusting.
But not liking something and saying I don't
but
like
not
this.
Liking
and
a movie
harassment
is
are
not
two different
harassment.
things.
That's stupid.
Two different things. So anyway,
God.
so
I
we
don't
don't know. I mean, it is not living up to the idea of anime in style.
No.
That's definitely not the case.
Nope.
It looks like it was done a lot cheaper than it should have been.
Yeah.
It looks like it's definitely geared for little kids. I mean, even the beginning of the trailer, I remember there was kind of like something, I forget what it was in the beginning. I was like, oh, that's clearly for kids. And it's, you know, and then they're trying, and then to get other people interested, they're bringing out Leia and characters in the movies to try to get people interested. But it's this like, I mean, it might be good. It might, like Shira, it might be good. But I'm seeing right now, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath either. Ian M said, I bet they will show that Leia is actually a lesbian. You know,
They better not.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
Wait, you're thinking this?
In one of the books, this is canon now because the books, all the new books are canon. Holdo actually made a pass at Leia.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Oh, God.
So
that's why I stopped reading the books.
So Holdo has the hots for Leia. I guarantee you she'll turn up in Resistance because they have to explain this character because she wasn't explained in the damn movie.
Oh,
She
you
just
have to
showed up.
understand that she's the bestest and the smartest and the strongest and the most perfect, and she makes the men real wish they were her.
Yeah, it'll be the Holdo show. He'll be all Holdo all the time.
Like I said, I still don't understand. I still don't understand why every character that's female has to be a strong female and to be the smartest, the bestest, the bravest, the whatever. Why can't you just be a good character that, sometimes I'm brave and sometimes I'm scared and sometimes, I want to eat and whine. What's wrong?
Somebody said the CGI looks like, Toonami Tom said the CGI looks like those cheap Hot Wheels movies. Yes! It does. That's what I was thinking. I knew I could place this. Oh my God. Just keep talking, Geeky.
No, I don't remember what I was talking about now.
Oh, sorry.
Strong female leads. I just don't understand why you don't like strong female leads. No, people just don't like, Mary Sue female leads. They want to see real female leads. I mean, if they had made Rey, real, I probably would have liked it. If they had made, Rey, not perfect everything, I would have probably liked it. Holdo, same thing. I might have liked her. But he looks like David Bowie.
He does. But even this art style looks better than the cell shading.
Well, they were saying that it was like the Iron Man show. They got
which is garbage.
I'm sorry, I said the guy looked like David Bowie. Anyway.
No, I wish.
How dare you question Arrow Purple Hair? Well, I don't know where Arrow Purple Hair came from. Why she's supposed to be so special and great, and knows everything about everything, and and is the bravest and the bestest and the all that. I just don't get it. And why all of a sudden, because she's there, why couldn't Poe disagree with her in a way that wasn't like, you're just a man, I'm going to show you, and if you sit back, you'll see my ultimate woman plan, and you would know that it's better than you.
My ultimate plan is getting myself killed.
Yeah, but I have to sacrifice myself, so you feel bad for me, because there's that guilt.
Yeah, there's that guilt. I should listen to me, because, don't you feel bad?
If you would listen to me, I wouldn't be dead now. I don't know that. But I'm just saying, it's like, they could have done it in ways that made characters more likable. It made the characters more real. We're gonna take characters you love from the last one, and then we're gonna make them, mean nasty pantses and pusses in this one for no reason, so the strong women have to come and save their asses for no reason.
There we go. Yeah, it does look like the Iron Man show. This is in Hindi.
Oh God.
This looks pretty awful. This is the Iron Man. Yeah.
That's what people were saying.
Yeah. It's exactly what it looks like. Oh God, it's done the cheap. It's done the cheap.
That's what I'm saying. It's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, when their eyes move, it's all like jerky, and it makes me cringe. It hurts.
Oh my God, she knows. We're talking about Holdo. Matt says she knows she sleeps with the General Leia, leader of the Resistance. She could be the reason Han left. Oh my God, if they go there. They're not going to go there in a kid's show, but there's going to be a book.
Admiral Gender Studies. But you know what I'm saying, though? It's just like, why can't women be flawed? Like, I mean, why do you have to be best? Like, Shuri was a great character, but now you have to know she's the smartest one. And it's like, well, that's great if she is. I like her. But I'm just saying, and it's okay she's the smartest one, but I'm just like, why? Is she the smartest one because she really was the smartest one? Or is she the smartest one because you want to push the woman, the person of color, and all that agenda? Is she smart because she's the smartest for real? Or is she smart just because it fits your agenda? And that's what I don't like. I'm like, and if you can explain to me why this fits, I'm okay with it. And I guess I'm not truly on board with a female Doctor Who yet. But I'm just saying, it's like, if you can show me how this fits, then, and it makes sense, and they have flaws, and they're still a good character, then yeah, I can see it. But when you're just like shoehorn them in with no backstory, nothing about them, immediately come in and start telling your characters that you do have backstory for what's what, and belittling everybody, like, you're not going to like them. Same for Rose. It's like they didn't give her any story. She just came out of nowhere, and then the episode, you love her. You have to love her.
Yeah, they're freaking
out.
Will this bad, Shinoku says, will this phase of bad Star Wars ever end? Yeah, I think it's going to end in poverty. I think once
I'd like to see a Finn origin show. Actually.
Yeah, Finn actually, that would be pretty cool. If, like, you can see the doubt. I think what's going to happen is eventually, Lucasfilm is going to realize, Disney's going to realize and rein them in and be like, look, this is not working. Let's put Star Wars to sleep for a couple of years and rethink this. We still got the theme park. They're doing too much.
I do think
there's way too much, and it's half-assed. You're better off putting out a couple of really good movies every 10 years instead of crapping out as many movies as you can.
I do think the Dragon Prince looks really good. I'm actually really excited to see the Dragon Prince, actually. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The characters. I think any story you look at, what wins people over are characters that are relatable. And I said this earlier today, and I mean, I'll say it again. If you can relate to a character and you can understand, you can empathize, it's something you understand. Like, okay, this character is really strong, powerful swordsman, but he's afraid of spiders. Well, I'm afraid of spiders too, or something like that. Or there's some flaw about them. Or he can't get past his father was mean to him and he can't get past that. Or her, she's really good at this stuff, but she has a fear of something like, the dark or something, something that makes them relatable. Like, I understand that because I that's how the original trilogy was. You could relate to some of the challenges. And then when you get a character that's just perfect to everything for no reason, perfect to everything to show you what a strong female lead is, to me, a strong woman is somebody who struggles but does it anyway. Yeah. A strong woman is somebody who, almost dies and doing something and then gets up and does it again. That's a strong female character, not someone who just walks out and I can use the Force for no training and I'm perfect,
Oh, Holdo can use the Force too, I guess.
Oh, can she? Of course she can. I just showed up and you know nothing about me, but I'm in charge. I'm the boss lady. I have the Force and I'm the bestest and I sleep with Leia and everything else.
Oh my God.
People aren't gonna, people don't like that.
She's got Leia.
A lot of guys might relate to the I want to sleep with Leia thing, but old Leia, not old Leia, but like older Leia from Jedi. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't relate to a character, then the character is flat, and the character is not a strong character. And I don't know why it's such a push for strong female leads that are too perfect to be believable.
I was thinking Holdo
angers me greatly.
Holdo was infected with Leia's midi-chlorians somehow.
You're just making this up, right?
I'm just making this up, but
sorry.
I'm
just saying, it's just like to be like a strong character because it's a strong character is one thing. Be a strong character just because it hits an agenda is another. And I think if they would make characters that were strong for good reasons other than, well, she's a woman, okay, and well, she's a person of color, okay. There's a lot of women who are strong women who are people of color. And, I'm just like, and people are just taking it for the shallow value. They make everything shallow. You don't like her because of this, you don't like her because of that. But they're shallow. They're making the character shallow. So you cannot expect a response from somebody. They don't want these in-depth responses from people that they're making shallow. You know what I'm saying? Everything's shallow. There's nothing deep. There's nothing.
Yeah, I know. Superficial physical
we need deep
traits.
We like deep.
No, because that's Holdo might get some funny ideas about Leia.
Sorry.
Anyway, somebody wanted bubble guppies. There we go. Bubble guppies. It's gonna end like the Hindenburg. I think Star Wars. I honestly think what's gonna happen with it is I think it will reach peak. It all depends on Episode 9. If Episode 9 does not do well, then I think Disney might even just put it to sleep for a while because they've already pretty much pulled the plug on the side stories. And they're kind of holding off on plans for that. Other than Clone Wars and then the live action show coming to the streaming service, like there's really been nothing concrete announced beyond Episode 9. I think they're kind of waiting to see how that goes, and it might. I mean,
they're gonna throw everything they can.
They're gonna throw everything they have at it.
I could buy Shuri being the smartest in the bases. They're going to school. Yeah, I mean, I like Shuri a lot. I really like her character, and I like her. And I like her not because she's so smart. I like her because she's funny, and I like her because people can relate to the fact that she's funny, and she's like, oh, I get to drive and all that cool stuff. And I think there was a lot of relatability there, which is why I think people like her. I think if they just made her like, oh, I'm the smartest, I'm the bestest, and I'm just going to show up one day and learn you all, I think people would not have liked her. I think they like her because it makes sense that she's smart and that she's really relatable. I think if she just showed up to learn everybody on it and school everybody on everything and been like, Holdo of the Marvel universe, people would have hated her. But they did it in such a way that she was very likable, and it makes sense. Wait, be careful what you look up. I'm just saying because you might get like that.
I know, right? Like this is like, oh my God.
We're a family channel. Well, I swear, so I can't say anything.
We're family-ish. Okay.
What are we looking for?
Oh,
you know this is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be bad.
Here it is. There's always there.
Oh, they're just talking and having coffee. And oh my god, yes. Oh, fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, like, if they go there, people are gonna be so mad.
But you know what makes me sad? I don't like Holdo, and I feel so bad about it though because I guess Laura Dern was so cute. Whenever she tried to shoot her gun, she'd go pew 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 pew, and she kept saying pew pew, and they couldn't get her to stop saying it. And I can relate to that, and I find that endearing. So yeah, it's just like, dang it, why did you have this crappy character? Like, I find you endearing. I find Kelly Marie Tran endearing. I'm like, what the heck?
I like Laura Dern, but it's like, again, it's like she was so excited to be in Star Wars, and then she got such a shitty character.
I hope she does get her own
Did this action figure ever come out? They were going to bring an action figure out of
I have no idea.
Holdo. Do they? I mean, is that going to sell? That's not going to sell. Nobody's going to want an Admiral Holdo action figure. Like, I actually expected worse. I expected some really bad fan art. And I didn't get it.
Now
so I'm actually disappointed.
So now you should...
Although it's worth it just for this. Just for this. Just for this. It's worth it.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. We're going to have to wrap this. We're going to have to wrap this up. So, so basically, yes, this is not getting a good reaction, and Lucasfilm's freaking out.
I do think they were promised when they kept saying there was going to be anime style. People were really excited. And then I think if they hadn't said that, people wouldn't be as upset. I really don't. I think they said it's going to be really geared for kids. It's going to be a young show geared for kids. We're doing the Clone Wars for the older people. We're doing this for the younger people. And they didn't throw that they're going to be anime style in it. I don't think people would have been as upset.
Yeah.
And they got everybody excited.
No, they still would be.
Everybody got excited too about the fact that they're like, oh, it's gonna be like World War II fighter pilots. I mean, I was like, because I love the Rogue Squadron books they used to have, and those things were awesome. And I was like, yeah, it's like Rogue Squadron, yeah, anime style, yes.
I was thinking like Last Exile.
And then I saw this, and I was like, crap, what?
God.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I just can tell myself that it's not for me.
But now you're gonna make all the people involved cry.
I'm doing it for them. It's not for me.
It's not for you.
So now you can't say anything.
Well, that's the thing. You keep saying it's not for you, and eventually you run out of people to not. You know, the reason Star Wars is so popular. Star Wars was for everybody, and eventually you run out of.
Well, that's the go-to
people
anymore.
to not sell Star Wars
people
to
don't like
anymore.
It, it's not for you. I mean, it's like, okay, I guess it's not for me. So anyway.
Yeah, so
it might be good. Who knows?
I don't know.
But the art style, I'm not holding my breath.
I don't really have any interest in it at this point. I mean, I was kind of thinking, well, if they flesh out the sequel trilogy a little bit more, I might be down with it. But I have no interest.
They probably will flesh it out a little more. I'll watch this before I watch She-Ra, but I'll probably watch both.
Yeah. That will be a podcast to be remembered.
Well, it might
I watched She-Ra.
It might be good.
God. Okay, so this is it. This is what's coming. It's got a lot of negativity, and Lucasfilm's freaking out, apparently, and throwing their stars at an angry fan base, to make them feel bad. So we're going to wrap this one up. This has been CLOWNFISH TV. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and your comments. It does mean a lot to us, and thank you for subscribing. Hopefully we'll hit 10,000 subscribers soon-ish.
We got to do a Sailor Moon one, just so we can talk about that Sailor Moon American version. And, we can talk about live-action Sailor Moon movies and TV shows they had over in Japan, too.
Oh, they were actually freakishly
weird.
A lot of ballet dancing and
they
stuff.
did. We'll have to do another show and talk about that, because I actually have those on DVD.
Oh my god, yeah.
All right, so anyway, we'll
not legal DVDs.
Well, I bought them.
You bought them?
so I'm sure not.
But again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and tell everybody.
It's interesting. A live Sailor Moon.
It's not terrible.
Actually, we'll do a thing about that. We'll do Sailor Moon next time. Next time I'm on, we don't know when that'll be. We'll do Sailor Moon.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.